You're searching for payroll software. You're comparing Gusto, QuickBooks, ADP, and a handful of other tools. They all have similar feature lists. They all have 4-star ratings. They all claim to be the best for small business. So we analyzed over 2,000 Reddit comments from real small business owners. We studied thousands of user comments across dozens of YouTube videos, and we pulled live pricing from every major payroll provider in the country. What we found was this. One tool costs $1,044 a year. Another costs $13,080 for the same 10 employees. The most expensive one is not the worst. The cheapest one is not the best. And the tool that is quietly winning is one that most business owners have not even heard of. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which payroll software fits your specific situation, whether you are running a solo business or managing 50 employees. Whether you work in one state or file in 5, and you will have the exact math for why. Before we get to the tools, here is what actually matters when comparing payroll software. Most videos lead with features. Features are the wrong lens because every single one of these tools has the features you need to pay your employees. What separates them is 4 things that rarely make it into a comparison chart. First, the true total cost, not just the sticker price. Every payroll tool shows you a base fee plus a per employee charge, and that is the number you see on the pricing page. What most tools don't show you is the multi-state filing fee. If you have employees in more than one state, and most small businesses now do because of remote work, Patriot charges $12 extra per state per month. QuickBooks Payroll Core and Premium charge the same $12 per state. Gusto and Onpay include multi-state filing for free. For a 3-state business, that extra $12 per state per month adds up to $432 a year on Patriot or QuickBooks Core and Premium, while Gusto and Onpay charge nothing. Second, customer support that actually answers when something breaks. Payroll failures are not patient problems. When the IRS sends a notice, when an employee's paycheck bounces, when a tax filing misses a deadline, the clock is already ticking. The difference between a tool that answers your call in 5 minutes and a tool that bounces you around for a week is the difference between a quiet Tuesday and a 3-day crisis. Third, setup time and how painful it is to move your data. Most small business owners looking at this video are switching from something, whether from ADP, from Paychex, from a manual spreadsheet, or from an accountant who is retiring. Moving years of employee records and tax history between platforms can take 10 to 20 hours. Some tools do free data migration. Others charge for it or leave you to figure it out alone. Fourth, scaling fit. Not just where your business is today, but where it will be in 18 months. Picking a tool that works for 3 employees means you might be switching again when you hit 15 and switching again when you hit 40. The cost of switching is real, and the disruption to your team is worse. A good payroll tool should grow with you for at least 3 years without forcing you to start over. Those 4 things, total cost, support quality, setup pain, scaling fit, keep them in mind as we go through each tool, because that is the only way to tell these 8 options apart. Here is what we are covering. Gusto, the small business community favorite, market leader for user experience. Onpay, the quiet winner, highest customer support rating on this entire list. QuickBooks Payroll, the obvious pick if you already use QuickBooks Online. ADP Run, the scalability and compliance powerhouse. Paychex Flex, the dedicated specialist model for owners who want a human to call. Patriot Payroll, the budget champion, cheapest real option on the market. Rippling, the modern all-in-one that bundles payroll with HR and IT. Justworks, the PO alternative for businesses that want Fortune 500 benefits at small business scale. 8 tools, 8 different situations. One of them is right for your business, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly which one. Gusto is the community default. When small business owners on Reddit are asked to recommend a payroll tool, Gusto comes up more than any other name. There is a reason for that. Over 400,000 businesses use it, which makes it the largest modern payroll platform built specifically for small business. The pricing is tiered in 3 levels. Simple starts at $49 a month plus $6 per person and covers single state businesses with basic needs. Plus costs $80 a month plus $12 per person and adds multi-state payroll, next day direct deposit, and time tracking, which makes it the largest modern payroll platform built specifically for small business. Premium is $180 a month plus $22 per person and adds a dedicated customer success manager and performance review tools. The reason Gusto wins on user experience is not marketing, it's that the interface makes running payroll feel like sending a text message. In the small business community on Reddit, one highly upvoted comment called it the best payroll platform they had ever used after working with most of the big ones. That kind of love is rare in the payroll category. Here is the honest downside. Gusto's customer support is inconsistent. The Trustpilot rating is 2.4 out of 5, and the complaints focus on how hard it is to reach a human when a tax filing goes wrong. One Reddit thread was literally titled, "Do not use Gusto," and the frustration was about support taking too long on urgent issues. The interface is beautiful. The support, when something breaks, is the trade-off. For most business owners whose payroll runs smoothly, that trade-off is worth it. For anyone who has had a tax nightmare before, it is worth knowing what you are signing up for. Gusto is best for small businesses with 2 to 50 employees who want the cleanest modern experience and are willing to handle the occasional support delay. It's also the right answer if you are on Xero for accounting, because Xero bundles Gusto as a preferred partner with 30 days free. Onpay is the tool that most business owners have never heard of, and that is exactly why it wins on support quality. Onpay has the highest G2 customer support rating on this entire list, 9.5 out of 10. The highest. That is above Gusto, above QuickBooks, above every other tool in this video. The pricing model is what makes Onpay different. There is only one plan, $49 a month plus $6 per worker. Everything is included. Multi-state tax filing for free, local tax filing for free, benefits administration support from licensed brokers, HR tools, employees self-service, all of it, same flat price, whether you have 3 employees or 40. For a 10-employee business running payroll across 2 states, Gusto Plus costs $200 a month because multi-state is in the plus tier. Onpay costs $109 a month for the same thing because multi-state is just included. That is over $1,000 a year in savings for the same work. Onpay also handles specialty industries in ways that most tools don't. Restaurants with tipped wages and FICA tip credits, farms with Form 94-3, nonprofits with 501c3 tax rules, churches with clergy tax requirements. If your business falls into one of those categories, Onpay is the only one on this list that treats you like a normal customer instead of an edge case. The honest downside is that Onpay doesn't have the brand recognition Gusto does. A few reviews say the interface felt a little less polished than Gusto when switching over. But the highest customer support rating in the category free multi-state filing and one transparent price make Onpay the hidden winner of this list for multi-state businesses that care about getting help when they need it. QuickBooks Payroll is the obvious pick if you are already on QuickBooks Online. Around 80% of U.S. small businesses use QuickBooks for accounting, and the integration between QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Payroll is nearly instantaneous. You run payroll, the numbers appear in your books, your general ledger updates automatically. No reconciliation, no CSV exports. The pricing comes in 3 tiers. Core at $50 a month plus $6.50 per employee. Premium at $88 a month plus $10 per employee. Elite at $134 a month plus $12 per employee. One thing worth knowing, QuickBooks raised per employee pricing across all tiers in July of 2025. Core went from $6 to $6.50. Premium went from $9 to $10. Elite went from $11 to 12. These are the current rates, not the older numbers you might see on some comparison sites. There is also a 50% off promotion currently active on all three tiers for the first 3 months, which is worth knowing about if you are planning to sign up soon. The standout feature lives in the elite tier. It's called tax penalty protection, and it covers up to $25,000 in tax penalties and interest if QuickBooks makes a filing error. That is unique in this category. For any business that can't afford a compliance surprise, Elite is worth considering even though it's the most expensive tier. Here is where things get really interesting. User sentiment on QuickBooks Payroll is deeply divided. A bookkeeper in the small business community on Reddit with 20 clients on payroll called it the absolute worst payroll provider and said to avoid it at all costs. That is a direct quote, not an opinion. Another bookkeeper with 15 payroll clients said the same thing in a different thread. At the same time, a business owner with 96 employees who switched in from Gusto said they were amazed by the same day deposits and automated filings. What is going on? Bookkeepers see every error across every client, which means they see every bug, every failed filing, and every support frustration. Individual business owners only see their own account. If yours runs smoothly, it's magic. If it breaks, you learn why the bookkeepers are so frustrated. The December 2025 community thread titled New Dashboard Everyone Hates It Right got hundreds of responses about recent interface changes that made the product harder to use. QuickBooks Payroll is best for businesses already on QuickBooks Online who value the integration enough to accept the trade-offs and who can afford the elite tier for tax penalty protection. If you are shopping from scratch and don't already use QuickBooks, the other tools on this list are worth looking at first. ADP Run is the scalability and compliance powerhouse. It's built specifically for small businesses with 1 to 49 employees, and it's the default choice when a business needs industrial strength tax compliance, dedicated account management, or a clear upgrade path into enterprise software later. Pricing is where ADP gets frustrating. There is no public price list, and every quote is custom. Third-party sources reporting real 2026 pricing say the essential plan starts around $79 a month, plus $4 per employee. But most small businesses end up paying between $100 and $300 a month once you add the features a real business actually needs. One small business owner shared in the small business community on Reddit that they were paying $77 per week to ADP for a single employee. That is about $334 a month. For one employee, someone else in the same thread pointed out that switching to Onpay or Patriot would save over $2,500 a year for the same basic payroll coverage. That is the ADP reality at tiny scale. Enterprise pricing on a micro business. The feature that justifies ADP's pricing at scale is the AI-powered error detection. ADP has trained the system on anonymized data from 39 million employees across their client base, which means the software can flag compensation anomalies before they become tax filing errors. No other tool on this list has that kind of data advantage. ADP also scores 93% on performance reliability and 91% on ease of administration in the latest user satisfaction data. ADP Run is best for businesses with 10 to 49 employees that expect rapid growth, operate in regulated industries, or can't afford a compliance failure. It's wrong for solopreneurs and micro businesses. The $77 per week story tells you everything you need to know about that. Paychex Flex is the primary alternative to ADP for businesses that want dedicated human support. The model is simple. Every client gets an assigned payroll specialist, a real person with a name who learns your business and handles your payroll questions directly. No ticket queues, no chatbots. In 2026, when AI support has become the default, this is increasingly rare. Pricing starts around $39 a month, plus $5 per employee for Flex Essentials. But like ADP, most real quotes come in higher once you add the features a growing business needs. Custom quotes are typical for Select and Pro tiers. Here is the honest warning. When Paychex works, the dedicated specialist model is the best service experience in the category. When it doesn't work, it's the worst. The highest upvoted comment in the small business community on Reddit about Paychex, with 27 upvotes, called the customer service the worst they had experienced and said a single issue could eat hours of your day. Another comment with 3 upvotes mentioned going through 4 different dedicated account managers in 2 years and called it a save yourself the headache situation. Multiple users also reported being charged for months after cancellation, which is a pattern that shows up in Better Business Bureau complaints as well. The interface is described as clunky and legacy compared to modern tools like Gusto or Rippling. If your dedicated specialist is good, none of that matters. If they leave, you might wait weeks before the next person learns your account. And here is one tip worth mentioning, which comes from a single business owner in the small business community on Reddit, not from any kind of widespread pattern. In the thread titled Gusto versus Paychex, one user shared that they called Paychex, mentioned they had a lower Gusto quote, and asked for a discount. According to their experience, Paychex offered 40 to 60% off to keep them as a customer, especially because everything ran on electronic direct deposit. That is one business owner's report. Not a guarantee, not a community consensus, just one person's experience that might be worth trying if you are already a Paychex customer. And Gusto's pricing looks attractive. The thread URL is in the description if you want to read the full discussion. Paychex Flex is best for non-technical business owners who want a human relationship more than modern software. Who want to call one person, not a support chat, when questions come up. The premium price and the legacy interface are the cost of that relationship. For the right owner, it's worth it. Patriot Payroll is the budget champion of this list. Nothing else comes close on price. Basic payroll is $17 a month plus $4 per worker. And that is the DIY option where the software calculates your taxes, but you file them yourself. Full service payroll is $37 a month plus $5 per worker. And Patriot handles all federal, state, and local tax filings and payments for you. For a 10-employee business, Patriot full service costs about $87 a month. That is $1,044 a year. The cheapest full-service payroll on this entire list by a wide margin. What makes Patriot remarkable is that the cheap price comes with the best phone support rating on the list. 4.8 out of 5 on both G2 and Capterra. US-based phone support, wait times that users consistently report as under 10 minutes. Multiple bookkeepers in the small business community on Reddit say they use Patriot for all their clients because the combination of low price and responsive phone support is unmatched. The honest downside is the interface. Patriot is functional, not beautiful. It looks like it was designed in 2018 and has been iterated since, but it doesn't feel like Gusto or Rippling. There is no native benefits administration. So if you want to offer health insurance or 401k, you have to set that up through Patriot's partners like Simply Insured and Vestwell. And the tool starts to strain once you cross 25 employees. It works at that scale, but the lack of more advanced HR features becomes noticeable. Patriot is best for solopreneurs, businesses with 1 to 10 employees, budget-first owners, and bookkeepers managing multiple client payrolls. If price is your first priority and good phone support is your second, this is the answer. If you need built-in benefits or modern interface polish, look elsewhere. Rippling is the modern all-in-one. What makes Rippling different from every other tool on this list is the architecture. Most payroll tools are payroll software with some HR features bolted on. Rippling is an operations platform that includes payroll as one of many modules. Payroll, HR, IT, device management, app provisioning, benefits, expense management, all connected on the same data layer. The pricing works like this. The core Rippling platform starts at $8 per employee per month, plus a $35 monthly base fee. Then you add the payroll module on top, which adds another base fee and per employee costs. A 10-person startup running Rippling for payroll and HR typically pays between $265 and $515 a month, all in, depending on which modules they add. The feature that sells Rippling is what they call the ripple effect. When an employee is hired, a single change in Rippling triggers actions across every connected system. Payroll setup, benefits enrollment, laptop provisioning, Slack access, email creation. It all happens automatically. For remote first teams where onboarding a new employee usually takes days, Rippling can compress that into minutes. The platform includes over 150 pre-built automation workflows and over 650 integrations. User sentiment on Rippling is polarizing. The power users who need the breath love it. Rippling posted an NPS score of 90 in 2026, which is record high for any business software category. At the same time, Reddit has strong negative reactions. One highly upvoted comment in the small business community said to avoid Rippling at all costs and called it the biggest headache their small business had dealt with. Another comment called the sales team vampires and said support was awful. The complaint pattern is consistent. Sales-heavy onboarding, steep learning curve for non-technical administrators, support primarily through email and chat with no phone option. Rippling is best for tech-forward small businesses with 10 or more employees, remote-first teams, and businesses where IT and HR overlap. If you provision laptops for remote workers, integrate with Slack and Google Workspace, and want payroll to be one more automated piece of a larger system, Rippling is the only tool in this category that offers that breadth. If you just want to run payroll for 5 employees, Rippling is overkill. Justworks is in a different category from everything else on this list. It's not payroll software. It's a professional employer organization, a PEO, which means Justworks acts as a co-employer for your business for tax and benefits purposes. You still run the day-to-day. Justworks handles the employer of record liability, the health insurance administration, the workers' compensation, and the compliance infrastructure. The pricing is a flat per employee fee with no base charge. PEO Basic is $59 per employee per month. PEO Plus is $109 per employee per month and includes access to health insurance through Aetna and United Healthcare, dental and vision plans, 401k administration, life and disability insurance, commuter benefits, and gym memberships. Here is where the math gets interesting. For a 10-person business, Justworks PEO Plus costs $13,080 a year. That is over 12 times what Patriot costs, 5 times what Gusto Plus costs, and that sounds insane until you look at what is actually included. You're not comparing Justworks to Gusto. You are comparing Justworks to Gusto plus a health insurance broker, plus workers' compensation administration, plus compliance infrastructure, plus an HR consultant. When you add all that up for a Gusto-based stack, the gap narrows dramatically. The real value of Justworks is the health insurance access. Small businesses with 10 employees normally can't get Fortune 500 level health plans from Aetna and United Healthcare because insurance companies price on group size. When you join a PEO, you join a risk pool with thousands of other small businesses, and suddenly you qualify for the same rates that big companies get. Justworks is best for businesses with 5 to 50 employees that want premium health insurance for their team, want to outsource employer liability, and are willing to pay for the full-service PO package. It's wrong for solopreneurs, businesses that already have good benefits in place, and anyone who wants direct month-to-month flexibility without a PEO relationship. So, what does this all look like side by side? For a 10-employee business in a single state, here is the annual cost of each tool. Patriot Full Service, $1,044. Paychex Flex Essentials at the starting price, $1,068. Onpay, $1,308. Gusto Simple, $1,308. QuickBooks Payroll Core, $1,380. ADP Run Enhanced, $1,800 to $2,400. QuickBooks Payroll Premium, $2,256. Gusto Plus, $2,400. Rippling, $3,180 to over $6,000 depending on modules. And Justworks PEO Plus at the top, $13,080 a year. Those numbers are not apples to apples. Justworks at $13,000 includes health insurance access and compliance that Gusto Plus at $2,400 doesn't include. A fair comparison adds back the cost of a separate health broker and workers' comp administration to the standalone payroll tools. And the Justworks Premium narrows fast. But for pure payroll, with no benefits bundled, Patriot, Paychex Starting, Onpay, and Gusto Simple are the 4 cheapest real options. So, how do you actually pick? Here is the simplest way to think about it. If you have 1 to 5 employees and your budget is under $100 a month, Patriot Full Service is the answer. Nothing else comes close on price, and the phone support is actually good. If you have employees in 2 or more states and you want one transparent price with no hidden fees, OnPay is the best value. Free multi-state filing and the highest customer support rating on this list. If user experience matters more than saving a few dollars and you have fewer than 15 employees in 1 or 2 states, Gusto Simple or Plus is the right pick. Just know that customer support quality is inconsistent. If you are already running QuickBooks Online for accounting and you want the cleanest integration, QuickBooks Payroll makes sense. Start with Elite if you can afford it, because the multi-state filing is included and the tax penalty protection is real value. If you have 10 to 49 employees, you are growing fast, and you need industrial strength compliance with a dedicated account manager. ADP Run is the gold standard. Just be ready for the custom quote pricing. If you want a real human payroll specialist who learns your business and handles your questions directly, Paychex Flex delivers that. The trade-off is the clunky interface and the reports of support variability when your assigned rep leaves. If you run a tech-forward team, you provision laptops for remote workers, and you want payroll to be one module in a bigger operations platform, Rippling is the only tool in this category that offers that breadth. And if you have 5 to 50 employees and what you really want is access to Fortune 500 level health insurance, plus a full PEO wrapper, Justworks PO Plus is the answer. It's the most expensive option, but the value is bundled in ways the others can't match. For most U.S. small businesses with 2 to 25 employees, the real choice comes down to Gusto or OnPay. Choose OnPay if you have employees in more than one state or if customer support quality is your top priority. Choose Gusto if everyone is in one state and you want the cleanest interface. Both are excellent, and either one is a better answer than defaulting to QuickBooks Payroll just because you already use QuickBooks. If you are ready to try the top pick for your situation, here is how the setup actually works for most modern tools like Gusto, OnPay, and Patriot. You sign up online in about 5 minutes. You import your employee information by either uploading a spreadsheet or entering each person manually, which takes 10 to 20 minutes depending on team size. You connect your business bank account for direct deposit and tax payments. You run your first payroll, and the software handles the tax calculations and filings automatically. Total setup time for most teams is between 20 and 45 minutes. The biggest friction point is usually migrating year-to-date payroll data from a previous provider, which Gusto, OnPay, and Patriot all handle for you at no extra cost. If you are switching from Paychex or ADP, factor in one extra conversation with your new provider to coordinate the data transfer. So here's the short version. For most small businesses, the answer is OnPay or Gusto. OnPay if you're multi-state or support quality matters most. Gusto if you're a single state and want the cleanest experience. For solopreneurs and very small teams on a tight budget, Patriot Full Service is the right answer. For businesses wanting Fortune 500 benefits bundled with payroll, Justworks POL Plus makes sense despite the premium price. Everything else is a specialized answer for a specialized situation. Before we wrap up, a quick note on the links in the description. Gusto, OnPay, QuickBooks Payroll, ADP, Patriot Payroll, and Rippling all have affiliate programs, which means if you sign up through the links in this description, the channel earns a commission, and it costs you nothing extra. In some cases, you actually get a sign-up bonus. Paychex and Justworks don't have public affiliate programs, so those are just honest recommendations based on the research. The research happened before the affiliate math mattered, and the recommendations stand whether they pay us or not. The 3 primary recommendations are linked first in the description. Onpay for multi-state and support quality, Gusto for modern user experience, Patroit for budget. Start your free trial with any of them, run your first payroll, and see for yourself whether the right tool is actually worth the switch. One last thing. Which payroll software are you using right now, and what would it take for you to switch? Drop a comment below and share your experience. Every comment helps other business owners watching this video make a better decision. And if you want deeper comparisons on any of these tools, there are dedicated deep dive videos on the channel covering specific matchups. Links in the description. Thanks for watching.